How you feel about the reception you've gotten for your album? Come on, I got a lot of questions, so I just want to
I ain't
right
gonna
into
lie,
it.
the reception has been overwhelming. I appreciate all the love that I've been receiving from the fans and both from my peers. From my peers is really the shocker. You know, we in a tough game where everything is about competition. All they give you your flowers, you adjust to, but I can't say a lot of people have definitely reached out.
Niggas is fucking with it.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I told you outside I was going to come to the album release, but then I thought further about it.
That was crazy.
And I was like, Bloods versus frats, gangs versus
Fraternities, the same thing. Blood is a fraternity.
Kapo.
100%. No difference.
You can't
It's
say
no
this.
difference.
Was it important for, because I feel like you drop kind of fits on the content side. I heard you say in a couple interviews, got to know how the algorithm work, got to know what
going on
to do.
as of recent in the way it just started going in my favor for my music and the business. It was like you got to strike while it's hot, and how everything runs right now between the content and music and how it's so.
How you feel about the reception you've gotten for your album? Come on, I got a lot of questions, so I just want
I
to
ain't
right
gonna
into
lie,
it.
the reception has been overwhelming. I appreciate all the love that I've been receiving from the fans and both from my peers. From my peers is really the shocker. You know, we in a tough game where everything is about competition, so people hardly give you your flowers, you adjust to, but I can't say a lot of people have definitely reached out.
Niggas is fucking with it.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I told you outside I was going to come to the album release, but then I thought further about it.
That was crazy.
And I was like, nah, I'm going to say that all.
Look a little packed in
But then I saw the footage, and it was like, I commend the niggas my age and older that's doing it, because just looking at it is tiresome to me. All of the pop-up here, show over here. When I saw you going in the spot a few weeks ago, I was going to bed. You was coming in.
You was leaving out,
with
I was going in.
niggas. I'm like, oh, hell no. You gotta be shitting me. All right, I'm getting all of my questions out. Maybe not all of them. Where do I start here? You got stylists?
Nah, I never had a stylist. I work with stylists. I mean, I got people that shop for me. But for the most part, I dress myself. I always dress myself.
Was it important for, because I feel like you drop kind of fast.
Yeah, with the height, I didn't drop kind of fast. I've been working on this album for like 18 months, but the way life goes, it be going one way, then you change it up. But and everything that's been going on as of recent, in the way it just started going in my favor for my music and the business. It was like you got to strike while it's hot, and how everything runs right now between the content and music and how it's so fast. I was like, I gotta stay on top of my game.
Tell me about that part. Is there the focus on the content side? I heard you say in a couple interviews, got to know how the algorithm work, got to know what to give them and when. Like, tell me about the focus on that side of things, outside of music.
I mean, content is key right now. I mean, the music is still a baseline, but content is what help you win, and all these platforms they have out here help you win. Like, if my thing is, if I'm going to be in the game and want to be successful, then I got to do what's being done in the game. And so I've been doing all the platforms that I see these young, successful artists been doing, because it's not about them being young, it's about what's working in the game, and they got a whole business model that helps them propel to be successful artists and make money. So who am I? I'm not exempt from not being, you know what I mean? So I started following the program too, and I started doing everything these youngsters is doing, all with class though, you know what I mean? Like, it's only but so much I could do that they're doing, but I can get on all these platforms and do it my way. So I just been following all the rules. I ain't trying to break the rules. I know.
They snatched our love and hip hop checks. They snatched our shit from us.
Word up, man. Pull a rug under our feet. Damn it,
No
man.
announcement or nothing.
No, man.
God damn.
Damn.
That was a good little check.
Yeah, that was a good little pop-up check every once in a year. They getting money over there, man. Nobody never still told me thank you, but cool, it's all right.
You think
You're
you owe
welcome.
one?
Huh?
I feel like I'm old one too.
Yeah, I think I'm old one for creating the table for everybody to eat off of. I built that shit with hammers and nails. Nobody else.
Yeah, I ain't spoke to Mona in a while.
She tricked me out of everything. Shouts to Mona, man. You gotta watch these tricky business people. Shouts to Mona, man. You know what I mean? Let bygones be bygones. I'm over it.
Yeah, no, Mona's fine. Shout out to Mona. What's your give me your favorite song from the new album?
My favorite song?
Yeah, don't say all of them, please.
That's kind of crazy. My favorite song. I mean, it kind of depends.
Who's that nigga that I love that went off?
King Streets.
King
That nigga went
Streets.
crazy.
Shouts to Far Rock.
Who is he?
King Streets, he from Far Rock. Shouts to Stack Bundles. Stacks, you got one following your name, man. He going off too. Or
That guy's nice. How old
He
is
went
he?
crazy.
I don't even know how old King is. Maybe
We don't tell our ages from the hood.
maybe in his late 20s.
I'm just saying, like I
that.
said, Jim do good with finding a nigga I never heard of from nowhere, and he be all right.
Obviously, can still find talent out here. No matter how fast people become successful, doesn't mean that they're talented. You know what I mean? And hey, I'm with success and get money too, but I love people that's talented. I love to hear good music. I love to hear rappers really going crazy. Like, I'm a fan of that. Like, I want to hear some good music, and that's what I look for whenever I'm looking for artists. And besides everything else, I take the quick success ones too, but for the most part, I like to hear people make music. Good
But give me
music.
that. I still want the favorite song.
My favorite song, Genesis.
Why?
It's real personal.
I feel like there's a lot of personal records and I don't want to say political records, but like what would formerly be labeled as like conscious rap,
Introspective.
like introspective. Yeah.
He older.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Genesis is more like, it's very personal and it got bars. That's what they say. There's a lot of punchy. It's a lot of punchy on there. Couple run punches on there for people to get drunk to. So
Last time you was here, I asked you, how much money would it take for you to just ride off on a horse somewhere and go to a farm and leave all of this shit? That's when we was in the other spot, and you said 20 million.
that's too easy to get right
Has
now.
that changed?
Yeah. It's
What
too
is-
easy to get right now. I was at a place, me thinking if I want to escape, frustrated in the game, still making my way, still being consistent, not seeing no waves really breaking for me, but still being consistent, still being able to make money, feed my family, and make a good living and shit like that. So, you know, naturally, my mind was on like, yo, yeah, I could scrape up 20 million. I know how to finesse that and I'll be good. Nobody ain't got to see me no more. But the way
That coat
things,
took half the 20.
yeah, bro.
That coat took half the 20, my nigga.
But since the last time I've been here, a lot of things have changed for me. And the way money, the way I've been making the money is like, damn, I'm almost there.
All right, so what number is that now for you to get on a horse and just kiss this music shit goodbye, so I'm never doing it again?
93 million.
Oh, God damn.
Yo, is that a
Is
goal?
that? Oh, go ahead.
Is that a goal? Like to just be off the scene, behind the scenes only, fucking with
The
your artists?
goal is to be in South of France. Fuck.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm talking about like nothing. Like if you see me, I might act funny. Like I'm not.
No, I'm
trying
saying
to partake in nothing.
so behind the scenes or nothing. You just want to be out the game completely.
Nothing. If you see me somewhere, that's what you're gonna do.
Gotcha.
You won't. You dig it? I ain't gonna be on no Instagram. I ain't gonna be on no social media. I ain't gonna be on nothing. I'm gonna be living and I'm gonna be balling. I did everything possibly we could do in this game. Right now, I'm just getting all my money retroactive. You heard? I'm just
That's-
trying to get
that's
what's
South
owed
of
to me
France,
right now.
boy.
You heard?
That's things that you always
I'm trying to
say.
live.
South of France, boy.
I'm trying to live for the second half of this life. I can't do it. I can't do it too much longer. You know what I mean?
Sound good.
So what's on the bucket list for the second half of life, right? Like
Living.
when I talk to the doctor, he on some, I'm trying to give you the best quality of life for while you can enjoy it. I'm not trying to stretch you out till you 80 and 90. I want you to live while you can live the best life you can. What's on the bucket list left for you? You've been doing it for a million years.
Living and giving. My plan is to give back way more than I took because I was able to take a lot. So in the midst of me living, I will be doing a lot of giving. We ain't live, bro. I seen the whole world and ain't see nothing. I'm like most artists. how's that living? How's that going to every place in the world and not seeing nothing that's there and just be able to say you was there?
For 2 days and then you gotta leave. 3 days, then you
don't
gotta be
see
out.
nothing, nothing cultural, nothing. Like
And
very
experience
seldom
the
do
shit.
artists jump out. Like, we don't got enough time. So I've been everywhere, but I never got to live no experiences. I mean, besides us taking vacations and things like that. Like this game consumes your whole life. If you're in a relationship, it consumes that too. 9 times out of 10, relationships don't last in this game because of how taxing this game is on a man or on the artist. And it puts a toll on a relationship when a person think that you're not trying to make time for them. We like, it ain't no time in this game.
When did it hit you?
The game got to be played.
When did that hit you? That like you had missed all this stuff. Like when did it hit you? Like yo, I did all this shit and I ain't seen nothing. Or I met the relationships aren't working. Like when did?
Well, I always thought that throughout time as I had my feet planted in the game, and I started thinking like, damn, I go everywhere, never see nothing. But when I be looking on the internet or something, I'll be like, oh shit, I was just there, but never got to see none of that. Like you did, so it was like, yo, what am I doing? What am I living for? Actually, you know what I mean? I'm living for this game. I put my whole life in this game. Like, they got more of me than I did, and my family did. I mean, I want to be able to experience good times before I get out of here. I want to experience some shit that I enjoy. You know what I mean? I say I don't enjoy the game, but there's more shit to enjoy out there. There's a big world out there. There's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of things to learn. You know what I mean?
How old is your youngest?
21.
It's your
That's
youngest?
my only one.
Oh, that's your only son. Yeah. You don't feel like that, especially when you be going spots. And he may or may not be with you, but you got to be in and out, y'all, and get an opportunity to enjoy that shit. You want to show him as much of the world as you possibly can and let him know.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother thing. I mean, this game, it took away a lot of time for me and my son, but I always chose to make time when he was in school and all that. Make sure I always showed up to everything possibly I could show up, to the point where I had to take Jets to it. But now that he's older, I want to show him a little bit more as far as he's growing into be a real man. So I still want to be there to show him different things and give him these different experiences, so as he grows to being a man, he has that under his belt and things like that. But I'm not trying to impose my will too much on him. I want him to grow to be him, not grow to be me. And that's a tricky thing when you got a father that's successful, always in the limelight. You know what I mean? So it plays a lot on him too. And I always used to think about that, like, damn, I know I got to be stressing this boy out a lot of times coming up. And you're seeing your pops in the news all the time, and your friends get to criticize your pops when you go to school, or niggas making jokes, and then he gotta rep somebody up for playing with his name, shit like that. So like, I mean, I thought about all that coming up, man.
You think about that part too, right? Like when my name is in blogs or just on the internet, my son is 23, be 24, right? So he's reading it, and his friend group, and like, do you ever think about that with your kid when your name is in the headlines, how that group is interpreting that?
100%. Well, I mean, my son grew up in Jersey. He ain't grew up where I grew up, so you know,
Yeah, my kid already know I'm a wild.
Suburban life for him, so you know how I only can imagine how his friends, they look at me and their family look at me, but for the most part, they know what it is. They know I provide a hell of a living for my family and a hell of a living for him. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, what I did and what I do is warranted for the life that I want to live and provide for my family.
How did you handle disagreements at the parent-teacher meetings with the teacher?
Oh man. Oh man.
That's a good one, dude.
Oh man.
Teachers be violent sometimes.
A lot of times. I was pretty cool with football. I remember a football coach. Yeah. It put football coach pushed it to the limit. Police had to get in between us. And yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's cool though. I mean, it's up, you know how it be.
You don't remember
man.
Puff Clunk? I think
Dude,
Puff
with a
Clunk.
weight.
the nigga.
Yeah, hit the
Puff
coach
Clunk
with a
the
weight.
nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
UCLA or some shit
It's
like
crazy.
that.
It's
Wild
crazy,
shit.
man. But you know, huh?
I was about to say, speaking of hectic situations, I got to ask, we caught them niggas from the airport? We caught them niggas? Tried that shit on the escalator, nigga? What's up?
White boy Roy and them?
Yeah. Why they try my nigga on the escalator, man?
That was a wild one, man. That was a wild one, man.
I ain't forget neither,
I
nigga.
still be looking over my shoulder in the airport. But nah, that was a wild one, man. I don't know what happened there. I tried, man. I swear I tried. I tried everything. It started on the airplane. I was like, wow, it's just something following me. Like, it was no way around it. I was like, damn.
Oh, y'all shit started on a plane, on the plane.
On the plane.
Because that's what I was saying, yo. It ain't even enough time on the escalator for us to
get some shit to
into
escalate.
Going to get my bag.
Nah, it's so funny though. All right, so it's so funny because as y'all see everything, and I rolled into the old man and the other dude and all that type of shit. So everything started with the old man. He did some racist, said some racist fly shit on the plane, right?
Be looking at
I
you
looked
like you
at him.
don't
I'm like, look at you, bro. Like, you don't want no smoke. Like, stop it. I'm laughing. The Indian looking dude jumps up and got in my face. So I grabbed him. I put him damn near inside of the overhead. Like, yo, bro, you all right? He got there. He said, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I said, and then the other dude just started heckling me like a basketball game, like, oh, you think you a tough guy. Oh, you think you a tough guy. You putting hands on people and all. I'm like, yo, bro. Then the stewardess came. He like, yo, bro, why you put, he like, yo, Jim, just try to get off the plane. The stewardess said the energy is crazy. Just try to get off the plane and out the airport. I didn't make it out the airport. I got off the plane, now I'm walking. And you know how you feel something behind you? Mm-hmm. I turn around, he mad close to me. I'm like, I said, bro, I'm gonna warn you once, bro. Yo, bro, you gonna have to need an ambulance. But like, please don't do this right here. Like, let's just speak cordial. Like, please. Like, yo, so now I'm walking, I'm like, he start talking, and then he do a flinch move. I'm like, I said, yo, bro, don't do that no more. I said, please don't do that no more, bro. Cause now you violating. That's I know that rule. You heard? He did it again. I flipped him.
I'm giving you a courtesy with the warning.
He did it again, and that's what y'all seen. I said, damn, bro. And then we roll down the steps into the two niggas that started everything in the beginning, the old man and the Indian dude. I was like, life is funny as shit. So everybody got it. But it's good, man. I'm glad I ain't getting no type of trouble and shit like that. And I'm glad the airport had cameras and stuff like that, because as a black man in Florida and Miami, beating up on somebody of another color, it could have went in a whole different direction.
Troublemaking rapper.
We want to limit your.
They don't see nothing. They just see complexion. They don't see anything coming at you. They don't know who's who. They just see the odds are stacked against you off top on a walk up.
So are you saying moving forward, like you have a diplomatic approach, no more hands on people?
I had a diplomatic approach.
I'm checking you, making sure.
You know, a flinch is assault, bro.
Yeah.
You
I
heard
know that.
A nigga flinch at you could get busy.
I was in danger, especially in Florida.
And I gave him a warning.
Especially in Florida.
You heard? I gave him a warning. He did it again.
Wait a minute. I'm not letting y'all get that off. A flinch is assault.
Yeah, nigga.
By definition,
Google it.
yeah.
By definition.
By definition of assault.
And nigga, we in Florida?
I been knew that. I got like 10 assault cases, man. Like, I been knew that, bro.
I didn't even know this was still happening. Like,
That's what he did to me. I said, bro.
In Florida, you can pop a nigga.
Yo, bro.
Yeah. You ain't gotta wait for him to actually hit you. If he doing this, you can get busy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When people around saw him flinch at me, I thought my life was in danger. Stand your ground. Pop.
Listen, man. I saw most of your Breakfast Club interview. You're really shaking the streets up.
Yes.
You're really shaking the streets up.
Shouts to New York City, man. Shouts to New York.
This is what we had an argument about. You had these niggas in here arguing about bloods versus frats, gangs versus
fraternities. The same thing. Blood is a fraternity. 100%. It's no difference. It's no difference. Only thing they did different is file legal papers that make them a fraternity. If somebody was to name Blood Alpha Phi Blood right now and file the papers, then Blood would be a fraternity, and we could start it anywhere, and they could put it in colleges and all that. Being Blood is not a crime. What you do, if you're doing criminal activity as being a blood, makes it a crime. But that doesn't mean every blood is a criminal. It doesn't mean every blood needs to go to jail for the crime that one blood did. So I know there's a lot of people in fraternities that broke hella laws and they are locked up right now. I know there's a lot of Q dogs who lock their ass up right now. You heard? You dig? But nobody talks about that. It's all the same thing.
Nigga said, ooh.
You heard?
That's funny as shit.
It's all the same thing. Freemasons, fraternities, Bloods, Crips, Yetas, it's all the same thing.
I don't know. Let me ask you a question about that. Let me ask you a question about that. So if somebody said, what's the fundamental...
The benefits
purpose?
Might not be the same.
There we go.
You heard? Fraternity has a different type of benefit. You sign to this fraternity fraternity. Hopefully it'll help you out with your future successes and business endeavors. And this dude might work at this law firm. Now he gives you an automatic in. Now you're intern there to end up being, you dig? But it kind of works in the same way of that also, because you got people like me that have been helping out people legally and giving people different type of jobs and opportunities in their lifestyle. So what's the difference?
But let me ask you this though about go ahead.
Is it a difference in majority versus minority? And
As far as what?
And when I say that, you blood, right?
Right.
If we took 100 bloods,
Right.
give me a real one, yo. Not to win your argument, or not argument, a real one of people that are putting other people in position to be successful. Keep it a buck.
Out of 100 bloods, how many? Yeah, the percentage might be low. It might be low.
So that's where the differentiation lies, because with the sorority example, or with the Mason example, or with the Congress, senators, Imani brought up, the Congress and senators, they be running that shit like death row. But niggas won't know that. What we see from gang culture, and we all been around, all our friends, family, whatever, is down, but
I'm trying to know. You nigga don't try to get me
Get you affiliated.
nigga, everybody in here got family or friends that's affiliated, whether they knee deep or whether they just on the surface.
Bullshit.
So what I'm saying is the perception of it is where we get the disparity.
100%.
Because we don't see enough niggas.
You asked me a question. Now you go into something different. You asked me if being blood in a fraternity, do I feel is the same thing? And yes, I feel it's the same thing. I feel being a blood is a fraternity. Now, there's big differences between being Alpha Phi Alpha and non-trade gangster.
Exactly.
Yes, there are big differences, but the premise of what it is the same thing, my brother.
I agree.
So, fraternities is brotherhoods, right? And a gang is a brotherhood. I think the question for me is like, what's it organized around? So like when I'm in a fraternity, and it was like, all right, we organized around black men achieving, right? And I got a lot of respect actually for gangs and shit they do, especially historically. I guess my question is, what do Bloods organize around, or Crips organize around? Like, what's their goal? What's the reason for coming together?
The brotherhood is about lifting each other up. Like what we see in the public, we got a lot of ignorance when it comes to the gangbang, but the underline is about lifting each other up. That's what we believe in. Each one teach one and things like that. But you won't see that. The media only wants you to paint the ugly picture. But there's a lot of positive situations that goes on within the gang community. There's a lot of brothers that have been through a lot that always pour into their community to give back. There's a lot of gang prevention programs that gang leaders run themselves and things like that. Like, you know what I mean? But the word gang itself already puts a twist on it, on anything that happens to it. You dig? So it's like the positivity goes out the window as soon as somebody hears a gang, or as soon as somebody hears blood, or someone hears Crip. When there's a lot of positive activity goes on within the gang community.
It is.
You heard?
Would you want your son to join?
Would I want my son to join?
Yeah.
No, I say that in my music. I wouldn't want him to join, but I wouldn't stop him from joining.
Why wouldn't you want him to though?
Because he came up different than I did.
Sure, indeed.
Got you.
You heard?
Yeah.
He don't know what being in Harlem or being in the hood is. He don't know what it is to have to rely on that brotherhood, or come outside and need that brotherhood, or come outside or have to be a leader for that brotherhood. Like he didn't have his back against the wall. He never had. And I hope he never have to go through that.
But
you know
is that a prerequisite for joining? Like if I didn't,
It's not a prerequisite.
If I wasn't raised like that.
And not a did you hear what I said? I don't want him to join, but I would not stop him from joining. His father is a blood, and I'm a pretty positive, successful blood member.